Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil ameen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin amma ba'd. قال الله عز وجل في سورة البقرة يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تبطلوا صدقاتكم بالمن والأذى كالذي ينفق ماله رئاء الناس ولا يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر. Dear viewers, we welcome once again all of you to this program, which is based on a series of the societal, or should I say the social evils and the redressals. Today, inshallah ta'ala, in the next 5 minutes or so, we are going to talk about this factor that's affecting the Muslim society, if not the entire humanity at large, the factor of showing off. A lot of people today tend to show off for whatever reasons best known to them and to Allah Azza wa Jal, of course. People don't really want to do anything for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. That's what is apparent. And people tend to show off a lot. And Allah Azza wa Jal very categorically says in the Quran, لا تبطلوا صدقاتكم بالمن والأذى. Whatever you do, whatever form of charity that you do not invalidate it by reminding and also by causing inconvenience and causing discomfort to the one that you have given. And the Prophet ﷺ also has very clearly said, إِنَّ أَخْوَفَ مَا أَخَافُ عَلَيْكُمْ الشِّرْكَ الْأَصْغَرِ. The most that I fear about my ummah is الشِّرْكَ الْأَصْغَرِ, minor shirk, minor polytheism. Yes, you heard it right. Showing off comes under minor shirk, because the person that's showing off is in a way trying to please someone who's looking at him, perhaps someone who's watching him. And if he hasn't been watching him, he wouldn't have perhaps done that. Yep. Therefore, we got to pay attention to this factor. We got to look at what happened to those three people, or should I say, what will happen to those three kinds of people that will be brought on the day of judgment before Allah Azza wa Jal. And each one of them would say that they did all that to please Allah Azza wa Jal, and Allah Azza wa Jal would say, Kadhibt, you lied and you're lying to me. Allah Azza wa Jal would say, because the minute this shaheed is brought forward, Allah Azza wa Jal would ask him this question, hey, you became a martyr in the world. Why did you die the death of a martyr? He would say that, oh Allah Azza wa Jal, I did it to please you. I wanted to please you, and that's why I did that. Allah Azza wa Jal would say, no, you are lying to me. You did this so as the people call you a martyr. And people did call you a martyr. Therefore, you don't have anything that you deserve in this hereafter. Therefore, Allah Azza wa Jal would have this man be dragged into the hellfire on his face. Likewise, there would come an alim who would have done a lot of deeds, and we must fear this particular deed ourselves. Because an alim would be called upon by Allah Azza wa Jal on the day of judgment, and he would also be asked the same question, in the reply of which he would say, Allah Azza wa Jal, whatever I recited the Quran, whatever knowledge I shared with people, it was all because I wanted to please you. Allah Azza wa Jal would tell him back, no, you're lying again. What you did is for the people to call you that you are a wonderful alim, for the people to call you that you are a wonderful qari. You recite the Quran really beautifully, and people did call you a qari, people did call you a really good alim, and you get nothing here. Therefore, he is also going to be asked to be dragged on his face to Jahannam. May Allah Azza wa Jal save us from that. The third kind of people would be the rich, who would spend in the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal, and who would pretend that they have spent in the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal, because once they are summoned by Allah Azza wa Jal and they are standing before Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah Azza wa Jal would once again ask them this question, you spent a lot of wealth in the world. Who did you spend that for? And this rich man would say, oh Allah Azza wa Jal, of course I wanted to please you, and of course I wanted you to be pleased and happy with my deeds. That's why I did that. Allah Azza wa Jal would say, no, you are lying to me. You did that so the people call you rich, so the people call you generous, so the people can appreciate you. And the people did appreciate you. That's what Allah Azza wa Jal also mentions in this particular ayah. لا تبطلوا صدقاتكم بالمن والأذى. Do not invalidate your good deed. Do not invalidate your sadaqat, your charity, by reminding people. And this is another thing that we do. When I have given someone something, I keep reminding that man about that favor that I did to him. And in turn, willingly or unwillingly, this man somehow bends down before you. This man somehow can't see eye to eye. And also, at times, we tell such people certain words, by virtue of which we lose our rewards in the hereafter. لا تبطلوا صدقاتكم بالمن والأذى. Just before this ayah, there was another ayah that talked about the very same thing. Allah Azza wa Jal says in that ayah, قَوْلٌ مَعْرُوفٌ وَمَغْفِرَةٌ خَيْرٌ مِّن صَدَقَةٍ يَتْبَعُهَا أَذًى. A good word, something that you tell someone really nicely, politely. You have those pleasantries that you exchange with people. You have those nice words that you have for people. They are far better than, giving people charity and following that up with an inconveniencing word, a command, a comment that doesn't quite please them. Therefore, we must make sure that we refrain ourselves from doing anything like this, because showing off will not yield us anything. May Allah Azza wa Jal help us safeguard against the minor shirk. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.